Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai and today I'm going to be reacting to chapter 174 of Chainsaw Man. But first let's talk about 173. Also, yes, I'm wearing my Pochita shirt. After all, he's the one in control of these chapters. But yeah, the first few pages are just Fujimoto showing us how the world without ears look like. And then we get well, somewhere some people in public safety doing an experiment, and just considering how public safety conducts experiments with devils, literally Makima in the shrine thing in part 1, then the whole thing about the prophecy using the future devil with convicts. So I'm gonna assume these are all death row convicts, because that's how they roll. But yeah, this is a page that kinda got lost in translation a little bit. So I read it, but I'm not like, do feel free to correct me from if I say something that's not true. But from what I remember basically saying is that the person that is saying the race devil's name is Ear, spelled Echo Alpha Romeo, Ear. Like, you know, this whole thing about the spelling is very English. You know, the way that it's phrased here. But in Japanese, if I recall correctly, ear or mimi, I don't think it was written in kanji, because obviously they wouldn't know how to write it in kanji if they'd never seen it before. So I think it's just written in hiragana, because they're just doing it by how it sounds. Now, how would they even know exactly that what is missing is, you know, that how it sounds is, you know, mimi? I'm not entirely sure. I'm guessing it was written somewhere. All the devil names that they sent in hiragana, just in case. That's how they must have also been testing it. Or they're like, oh, maybe, I don't know. Just anything, I don't know. Aging devil. So they write it in hiragana. And they're like, oh, okay, that's not it. And they continue going down the list. And that's what they are saying. I think. I'm not very well versed exactly how it is in Japanese, but basically it's the way that they're trying to prove it is more simple than just spelling E-A-R. But yeah. Raise your hand if you know this word. Obviously, like, I still think it's pretty useless since they can't hear anything anyway. So by that alone, they would know. But yeah, I think that's how it was. But I would have to look at the rows. Sorry if I tried to explain that very badly and you ended up confused. I'm sorry. I did say I was going to try. So they confirmed that the ear devil was the one who got erased. So they go on with the team C. And they already had the team ready to sacrifice, for all of them to sacrifice a finger and write a body part in a mirror to communicate with. I'm just gonna call it the finger devil for now. Huh. So I'm guessing they wrote. I was guessing. I don't think that's the case anymore. It doesn't look complex enough to be kanji. For neck, vertebra, and cervical spine. But yeah, it does look like the word hit in English. So maybe they're writing hit in English, but what they were saying had nothing to do with what they were writing, basically. Now, who knows if this is a primal devil, but just the vibes gives me that feeling, but not necessarily. But yeah, it seems like it deems the sacrifice enough to actually listen and goes to crush Pochita, but then Pochita just comes out pretty much unscathed. And the devil just has like a little bit of a pain, but doesn't really seem in pain, and loses 2 fingers. I'm guessing that was like the maximum that he was willing to use for that kind of sacrifice. And then we have the octopus devil coming in and wrapping itself around Pochita. And that's when we get Yoshida's return. And the devil says, "Oh, nice one, human." So there's a lot you could get just from that line. But obviously, just literally, yeah, he is a human. So for all the people that had the crazy theories that he's like the the death devil in disguise, or that he's a fake saw man, that's also not the case now, confirmed with this line. But also, just, you know, in terms of Yoshida as a character, he's been searching, trying to be normal, trying to be human, because he doesn't know how to. So just, you know, being recognized by a devil as a human. I wonder how that makes him feel. I would assume that he heard that, so yeah. And also, I was talking about that last chapter, but yeah, I was like, ooh, you know, a penny for Yoshida's thoughts. What is he thinking here? How guilty is he feeling for taking part in this operation that is taking advantage of Denji? Like, Pochita being the one controlling his body it's only possible because Denji lost all reasons for leaving. And yeah, I don't see how he can come back. The way that he came back in part 1 was because Power was able to come back for a little bit. So yeah, the only way I can see him coming back is if we literally can have Naita alive appear in front of him. So I would assume that public safety has no interest on having Denji come back. So yeah, what does the Yoshida think about this? Just thinking back on the last time that we saw him look at Denji, I would say resignation, really. He's given up on trying to put up any sort of resistance, because he's been shown time and time again that, you know, he tried and it didn't matter. Things still ended up the way that he didn't want them to. So he's like, I guess this has to be done then for the greater good. We have to sacrifice the happiness of a few people, even if it makes me completely miserable. That's just how it has to be. So that's my take on Yoshida right now. But yeah, we see him use octopus to squish Pochita more, and he throws up the ear devil. So one, like I said, did public safety know this for sure? Like, did Fami told them that you could do this like this? Or were they taking a gamble, you know? Like, this whole thing, they were basically doing all this just to prove to themselves that they can make sure, that they're sure that they can make Pochita throw up devils. Like, that's so risky. But public safety has definitely taken big risks before. But still though, this was all to get to this point, to be sure that they could get to this point. Like, that's insane. Okay, so let's get started with the next chapter, titled Aging. Alright, I was just thinking about the aging devil. I mean, we don't know what it looks like, but I predicted that it exists somewhere. Okay, so the first panel is just a traditional Japanese, I want to say house? Mansion? Oh. A bunch of old men in a meeting? I see what you mean. In this transcript, we discuss having never heard the word eater before. Prime Minister of Japan, Kentaro Ishida. Is this the first time we've seen the Prime Minister? Because we knew about his deal with Makima in part 1, but I'm not sure if we ever saw him. Yet we possess no clear memories of the conversation itself. It's certainly curious. Ah, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that, that written records still were able to stay after about a devil after it had been erased. But I mean, if we're going through this chronologically, then Pochita just threw up the ear devil, so that might be why. This whole thing is very, like, how does everything work, you know, like, world building wise. Is it like the like the power of the whale in ReZero? I don't know. What are the limits? What exactly does it mean to erase something from existence? I checked with a subordinate. All 27 archivists in the Devil Extermination and Disaster Response Divisions are substantiating the erasure and restoration of ears. Okay. Yeah, so this is right after Yeah, they all have ears, so this is just after Pochita threw up. Minister of Internal Affairs and Communications, Haraji Sakagami. This is so unusual for Fujimoto to just give us a bunch of characters and actually give us proper like names and positions for them. And what does public safety think it can accomplish with this power? Ah, the 1 billion yen question. Minister of Defense Shin Toma. Mother freaking Fumiko is here? Why? Why does Fujimoto want her to be just shoved into so many freaking... Okay, whatever. Human evolution. Harmful substances, nations, and more. With Chainsaw Man's power, we can remove their very concepts, making civilization even more, well, you know, the rest. Yeah, so... I mean, it's similar, but not quite Makima's goal. With Chainsaw Man's power, we can remove the very concepts, making civilization even more... Well, you know the rest. Yeah, more evolved. That... I don't know, man. What exactly do you mean by evolve? What devils would you erase that you're like, ah yes, this would allow us to evolve further? Yeah, can you be more concrete? Public safety currently has an amicable relationship with the aging devil. I remember that concept of aging and something else being it was Bottom. When he was talking to Denji, he mentioned it. That one and another concept. Amicable relationship. Huh. That's an okay. Public safety devils mentioned in special divisions. Yeah. It's a devil with the name of a primal fear. Aging? Yeah, that tracks. Aging being primal. Because aging obviously leads to death. And among other things. But communication has gone smoothly and we've received a very favorable offer from it. I don't... What does a favorable offer even is from a goddamn primal fear devil? Man, public safety is playing with fire here. And that's ironic considering the church was the one playing with the fire devil. Oh, okay, so the one from last chapter. It did cross my mind, but I wasn't sure. The aging devil has no attachment to life. Depending on the terms of the contract, is willing to be eaten and erased by Chainsaw Man. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Erasing the aging devil? Oh my god, that would basically mean that humanity gets eternal youth. I don't know about that one, Chief. But I mean, you know, you could still die, but just not from aging. Basically, like elves. I don't know if you want that, but they're like, if they don't like it, I'm guessing they're counting on making Pochita throw up the aging devil, like they did with the ear. That's what... Yeah, okay. Yo, this guy's reaction, very valid. If we erase aging, what will change? Will mental and physical decline due to aging disappear from all living beings? Chief Cabinet Secretary Yuki Tomoda. We won't know until after it's been erased. Bro, why is she saying all this with a smile? I hate Fumiko. I'm sorry I had to get that one in. According to the research we conducted during the 3 minutes and 50 seconds that ears were erased, in a world without ears, hearing didn't disappear. So I was right. The chapter 2 chapters ago, the one that ended with Yoru and Katana talking to each other, I was like, at first I was like, do they hear each other a little bit? And then I was like, no, they don't hear each other at all. They're having 2 different conversations. And now it's like, no, it did. Cell phones and radios, it still existed. Well, yeah, but they wouldn't have a function if we couldn't hear. And earpieces were sold as an arts and crafts product. What a freaking mess. Yeah, I guess, but it's something that they were willing to do. To get results, concrete results, for the bigger operation that they want to conduct. You're correct. Chainsaw Man is indeed messy. However, we in public safety are keeping Chainsaw Man's chaos controlled enough to be able to prove his powers to you. Ugh, yikes. Controlled, huh? Press X to doubt. What are the terms of the aging devil's offer? I want to know too. In exchange for being eaten by Chainsaw Man without resisting, the aging devil wants us to kill 10,000 children with Japanese citizenship between infancy and 9 years old in front of mirrors. Good lord. Bro. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm just, the sheer amount of it. It's insane. That would be so dark if Fujimoto actually goes through with it, but like, it's Fujimoto, so I would also be like, yep, goddamn, that tracks. Okay, so that's why they went to the Prime Minister for it. To get authorization. Ooh, yeah. A full panel of everyone reacting to that. They sweating. We don't know how long Chainsaw Man's state will persist, or whether it's possible to confine him. We need your decision as quickly as... Fine? Just like that. Did it need more convincing? Oh my god, look at Fumiko's expression after the fine. Oh, I hate your ass. Oh. Former Minister of Finance, Tadashi Hasegawa. My grandson in the private sector is gathering children orphaned by devil attacks. Reach out to them. Oh my god! As if it couldn't get more evil. They're all gonna be orphans. Former Minister of Finance. If we need more Takanashi, have your men's international adoption agents assemble the rest. Jesus! Oh my god! Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, Miki Takanashi. Yo, I'm just as shook as Takanashi, because what the hell? Give them Japanese citizenship and foreign-born children will work just as well. 10,000 lives is a small price to pay for the future of Japan. That's what a fucking thing to say right before gathering 10,000 children to kill them. Ooh, Takanashi? Bro, I just met Takanashi and I'm like, ooh. Just all the emotions that are going through him. I'm like, I feel him. I can't do that. Yo! Respect to Takanashi, bro. Someone had to have some fucking semblance of a heart. You can. Oh, Takanashi, stay strong. He's looking down, like his head is down, but he's looking at the old man. More sweat gathering in his face. Takanashi, you have 4 children, is that right? Oh. I don't think he's saying it as like, oh, that's a big reason why you're refusing right now. I think this is a threat. Takanashi, if you don't do this, your children will be part of the 10,000. Jesus. Oh my god, look at Takanashi's reaction. You have children, 4 of them. Isn't that right, Takanashi? Oh my god, look at the panel. Like all the background just became just simple silhouettes with just lines to fill them up. And everything is disappearing as Takanashi is just fighting within himself. I love that. I can do it. Yo, yeah. The way that the second panel was made when the old guy in the wheelchair repeated that, I'm definitely more inclined to think it was a threat. Ah, Takanashi. I respect that you tried. Man. Your own children, or 10,000 that you don't know of. Ah, that's tough. Good. Miss, we'll provide the 10,000 children within 48 hours. That quick, huh? Relay it up the chain right now. Yes, sir. Cell phone. Starts, puts it here. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what to make of this exchange of glances between Fumiko and Hasegawa. Oh, and it keeps going throughout the page. Okay. Fumiko, it kind of looks like her expression changes a little bit in the second panel. Like she's looking a little less sure of herself. And we only see from here up, so we don't see the smile. Hasegawa keeps staring at her. And now she's even started to sweat. I don't know what this means. Considering how nonchalant Fumiko was being up until this point. That's odd. But I don't think it's Hasegawa's glance. I think it's whatever it is that the person in the phone is telling her. Oh! That's why we couldn't see her mouth. Pochita ate another devil. Well, that sucks, huh? I guess you can't relay the information right now. You're gonna have to wait. That that looks funny though. If only Fumiko lost everything else. No, then yeah, of course. The rest also don't have their mouths. Okay, we go back to random people on the street. Also no mouths. And now instead of a cell phone being dropped is a cup with some liquid in it. Huh. I guess Fujimoto really likes elephants. We go back to an elephant that has no mouth now. Which honestly definitely looks less cursed than with no ears. And the last page of the chapter is just... Oh? Oh god, is that the octopus devil? We've never seen the octopus devil's, main body. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. If Yoshida doesn't have the contract with the octopus devil anymore, he can't teleport himself out of there with a tentacle anymore. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is really bad. Octopus, mouth, snow, and bitterness erased. Bitterness. So, mouth, of course, we'd already seen that. Octopus, oh boy. This just mostly bad for Yoshida, really. Because, well, it's a theory that Yoshida basically didn't have to give anything to the octopus devil to use its power, simply because the octopus devil just likes Yoshida. Kind of similar to the future devil with Aki. So, yeah, the octopus devil can, you know, obviously it's going to hell and then reincarnate back to the human world once it's killed there. Actually, that would be the usual, unless Pochita ate it. And yeah, I thought it had just been killed, so it would go, you know, on the cycle. But those last words of the chapter, no, it got erased. It didn't get killed. That would have been too easy. Oh, yeah, of course. I was like, oh, that's not too bad. That's just for Yoshida, right? But literally last chapter, the octopus devil was used to make Pochita throw up. So, now what? I guess we're unfortunately going to have to rely on Yoru. Obviously, she has no intention of working with public safety, but she's wanted all this time to fight Pochita, Black Chainsaw Man. And I'm guessing, like, just, it won't be her intention, but she'll make it so that this devils get thrown up, get vomited. Still though, this is scary. The only thing that we knew for sure could make Pochita throw up in regards to a human with a devil contract. Yeah, now that's gone. So yeah, I think this is gonna be the cue for Yori to come into the stage. Now, snow is like, okay, I think we can live without snow for some time. But bitterness, what does bitterness mean? Like, you know, like bitter food? Or like the emotion of bitterness? Or both? Both get encompassed in that. Yeah, losing bitterness as an emotion could be pretty big. Man, it's definitely a decision to basically kill and erase the octopus devil off screen. Like Yoshida was doing so well last chapter, and then we're like, oh, I guess not. I honestly, props to Yoshida for lasting as long as he did. And by that, I mean, you know, fighting Pochita with the octopus devil. Now though, he better run away from wherever he is. Because I don't want Yoshida dying here. But yeah, this chapter was really, really interesting. It definitely gave us some answers that we'd been wondering for some time now. Ever since we got that chapter, I think it was right after Denji got taken into be cut into little pieces about the plans and with Chainsaw Man and the War Devil being used to defeat the War Devil. But this is even more so in detail. I mean, you know, it is. This is both like really worrying and also kind of a relief. Because now that they took too long to make their decision, honestly, props to Takanashi. This means that the plan to kill 10,000 children has been postponed indefinitely now. So that's good. It's such a funny panel of Fumiko with no mouth. But yeah, so it's kind of crazy that Fumiko is the one that they sent to talk to all these higher-ups. But yeah, this is the kind of conversation that they would have. It all makes sense. And I do like that not everyone was on board with the plan of using the aging devil like that. Like, no, they're not all like, comically evil. But we focused mainly on Takanashi, so he's the one that I talked about the most. But yeah, they all seemed a little shook at first. But honestly, now that I think about it, of course the old man in the wheelchair would be like, yeah, of course, let's get rid of the aging devil. Because it's the most convenient to him. Selfish as all hell, but yeah, that tracks. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this chapter as of right now. So yeah. If you enjoyed my reaction, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.